Science is a systematic series of steps that are followed in order to reliably predict a specific type of outcome. Science. Well, my science and the outcome that I want is for my players not to initiate contact with the crown of their helmet while they're making a form tackle, nor expose their helmet to contact while they're making an angle tackle. Those are the two most dangerous, overcoached, and misunderstood tackling scenarios in the sport of tackle football. And I'm going to share with you why that still exists from football's inception till now. In 2025.
You don't have to direct them to put their head anywhere, because when you say head across, it means head down. You say bite the ball, it means head down. All those things that we were taught. Remember, when the world was flat, they were taught that, right? Well, we know better. The body goes the distance, right? There is no head, there is no there. He steps, he utilizes his technique, and he takes it through. It is the exact same tackle. The only difference is, it's over here. Boom. So I don't change. Why should I change? I'm still, my head is exactly the same. If I'm here, he runs this line. If I'm here, he runs this line. If I'm here, he runs this line. His head is up and away. His strike zone is here. He takes a dip, hit position, rip and shoot, finish through, feet. Everyone goes happy. The defense you run is only as good as the individual tacklers in it. It doesn't matter what your system is, your defense is only as good as the individual tacklers. This system will make better tacklers and, more importantly, safer tacklers. Your marginal players, your marginal players will contribute to the program. You know, your must players, what we call them in California, they will contribute long before than they've ever done before. And your star players will be the greatest they could possibly be, because they're going to get every rep. They're not going to be hurt at the sideline because they hit wrong. They're going to stay on the field, and they're going to get better. And your marginal players are going to get confidence early on, and they're going to help the team win. And you're going to help them win because you're going to keep them safe.
It's a real world, I guess.
No, when I say smell the enablement before you commit, that sounds crazy, but you want to extension to get that close to that person, you want to get close to a fast, get over there as fast as you can, and get the rip. So when I say smell the enablement, that's right there. You want to know what it smells like? Rub your ear when you're sweating one day, just slip on it. That's what enablement smells like. Okay? So they remember that, right? That's the other act. Use posture, guys. Don't be so powerful and big old coach that I can't come down to the level. We ain't the ones getting hurt. We ain't the ones getting brain injuries. We've already had ours, we ain't getting no more. Let's take care of these babies. This guy's walking around here right now, wrong hand problems where they played. And they're still teaching stuff that got them hurt. Well, not anymore. Guess what? It's a new day, baby. It's right now. And you know what? There's things we can't cure in this world. There's things we can't prevent. But let's do our best to prevent brain injuries that are man-made. You know, we can't stop cancer. I don't know what causes cancer, but I know what causes a lot of concussions. It's the way we play and the way we teach. So let's change the way we teach. And maybe we just might limit some of the suffering that people are going through at the hands of a sport. There's some finer points that as we get together and work together, we will refine it. Because like I told them earlier in the meeting, I've been doing this for 15 years, and just last week I came up with another way to teach certain things. So we as coaches, we preach, get better. But do we really get better? And what we do, are we being hypocritical about it and just telling the kids?
Set. Go! Hit, drive. Good finish on. Entering our leverage and trying to take away the inside cutback. On contact, we want to take a big a bite of the apple as possible. We want as much surface area as possible on contact. Although my head and body is remaining to my leverage side, I don't want to be in behind it. They're going to put their shoulder on the bag. Using all of our previous principles, they're going to punch the arms through the bag. They're going to get their clamps in and squeeze to the chest.
Every player, every coach, every athletic director, every dean of kinesiology, every chair of kinesiology, every parent should know this. Coach Bobby Hosea, eminence of the health and wellness coaching industry in America.
He's got two big ones today. Quick throw and a vicious hit by Deshaun Goldson. Avant will feel that one for a while, but he picks up 5.
You want to teach young kids how to tackle, that's how you tackle chest to chest, You wrap them up, you drive your feet through, you roll your hips. Clinic. Clinic, Ronnie.
The coach said it.
Have a really spectacular dress.
That's the word. That's the word you go. Because you special, right? He's spectacular. You special. A different type of special, but you
When
special.
guys that hunt guys like us down, back there in the secondary,
Yeah, he one of those.
those guys are spectacular.
Yes, sir. Deshaun Golden in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Get Your Popcorn Ready, my man. Chop it up with your boys. Appreciate you, baby. Ball. So what was that first time you got to knock somebody out, or you really like felt that blood and you like, I want some more of this? Because it probably was around the high school time, right?
You know what? I mean, I got good at tackling. Be honest with you, Pop Warner.
Okay.
I had a Pop Warner coach by the name of Bobby Hosea. He was a tackle guru. You can look his name up right now. He holding the Tackle Academy.
Tackle guru?
Tackle guru.
I love it.
You know, his formula to tackling is scientific.
Okay.
You know
What's
what I mean?
his formula?
The only evidence-based concussion preventive tackling technique on earth was born at UCLA in 1978.
First down, Cal, as Campbell is back. The ball is at the 35-yard line. Campbell gives it to the fullback Jones, and Paul breaks out of there. Hosea is across to help on the tackle with Kenny Easley.
You want to teach young kids how to tackle? That's how you tackle, chest to chest. You wrap them up, you drive your feet through, you roll your hips. Clinic.
43 years ago in 1978, I assisted my Bruin teammate and future three-time consensus All-American and NFL Hall of Famer Kenny Easley to bring down Cal Bear fullback Paul Jones, executing the Hosea method before it ever got its name. Science and technology. In 2011, ET Science, aka K2 Sciences, combined their ingenuity with Rydell's helmet sensor technology, validating the evidence-based Hosea method as the only concussion preventive tackling technique of its kind on Earth.
Okay. Hi, my name is Coach Bobby Hosea. I'm the founder of Train 'em Up Academy, and I'm also the creator of the Dip and Ripsticks 12-step tackle progression. It keeps the head out of the tackle. The number one thing about football is brain injuries. It's really serious, and we've got to figure out a way to keep our head out of the collision, and I think I've done that with my system of training. I think optimum hip position, where your knees are bent, your waist is at a 45-degree angle, and you rip your arms upward, knuckles up, elbow down. You will accelerate the hips, and the hips will control the head, and it will rock away from the oncoming ball carrier. I've done this since 1997. I've been very fortunate never to lose a player to self-inflicted head injury. That means that the player initiated contact with his head, and it is the technique that does it. When you wrap, the traditional wrap technique causes your hips to go back and your head to go down. It's physics. Ours is ripping, knuckles up, elbows down, causes your hips to accelerate forward and your head to rock away, up and away from the ball carrier. That is what we've done today, and hopefully it'll change the world in terms of limiting injuries and make the game of football safer. Because it is America's game. It's a great game, but it is a dangerous game, and we have to play it more intelligently. We play with our mind, not with our head.
All right, well, what we did here today was we used this helmet instrumented with 8 accelerometers to determine the G-force of the impact. And what we're demonstrating here is that with the rip and shoot method, that it removes the head out of the tackling technique here and minimizes the impact, hopefully to prevent concussions. And so with our instrumentation from the helmet, inside, outside, and on the bags, we were able to demonstrate that. And so that's the next step, is analyzing the data here. Bobby's working with us with one of his athletes, and so we had a good showing here, and I appreciate all the work. So
Excellent. USC, UCLA working together.
And I learned at a young age. I was probably like 11 years old when I learned how to do this. He was our Pop Warner football coach. We would spend 2 hours of Pop Warner practices just learning how to tackle and how to hit.
2 hours?
2 hours.
Y'all
Just
hear
tackle.
that? Learn to tackle, ladies and gentlemen.
That sounds like some Kobe stuff, doing like one move for 2 hours.
That's what we're supposed to,
is key
yeah.
to reach it. I had 2 shoulder surgeries doing.
Yeah, your arm's outside your body.
You're trying to wrap them, I just run through your hip. Now you stepping, You throwing your arm.
Now you bring your hips with you and your head goes up.
Head go up.